Welcome to Barbie's Bitch House. Hi guys. Today we're going to be reading chapter 14, The Suggestion. If you guys don't remember what happened last time, Bill basically got kidnapped. And Delilah wants that dick, basically, and she's going to have it whether or not he likes it or not.
And
which
then he
like, obviously does, because...
He was like, thank God I didn't get drain cleaner shoved down my throat, and that made me piss myself.
He's kind of drunk, right? Like, he got a little drunk, I think.
Little tipsy after having hard liquor shoved down his throat for 20 minutes.
So it kind of cut us off after that, and so this is, like, the next part of that, I'm assuming, unless it just goes on something completely different.
Yeah, I would hope it would just continue.
Okay. It was 3:30 Sunday afternoon. Bill carefully loaded Delilah's baggage into the boot of his Mini.
What the fuck?
It had been one hell of a previous 24 hours, but now he understood everything. It was, in fact, truly a pleasure to drive Delilah to the airport, where else Taro's Emporium would be sad to lose such a hard-working employee. Bill was up to speed with her reasons.
Bill needs to grow a pair.
Did he, like, get raped and then be like, I understand?
He's like, I understand you.
He would smooth her departure from the company on Monday morning, but this afternoon was for tender goodbyes. Even better, she'd agreed to leave him the handcuffs and metal tube as a lasting memory of their final 12 hours together. That's fucking crazy.
That's fucked up.
No, this is fucking crazy. So, basically, he gets kidnapped. She threatens to, like, what? Kill him if he fucking, like, does anything. Mm-hmm. And then he was scared for his life. And then, basically, she gets him, like, drunk, sort of, and then she fucks the shit out of him for hours and hours and hours, and then now he's like, I understand. Like, you basically really got raped.
It makes me annoyed, because I'm someone who holds grudges, as you can tell, and this bitch literally held a gun to his fucking throat, and was like, I'm gonna shoot you, and then does all this shit, basically rapes him, and then he's like, oh, it's okay though. No, it's not.
I don't like the fact that it's kind of like a double standard of, like, it's to me, it's like a double standard, because, like, if this happened to a woman, hell no, first of all, but since it's, like, the idea of, like, it happening to a man, it's kind of like he enjoyed it. I'm like, I fucking hate that.
Yeah, it's not the vibe.
Yeah, it's not the vibe that...
I kind of wanted, like, someone like Jerry to come in and be like, hell no, and then shoot Delilah in the puss, or something.
Shoot Delilah in the puss.
Like,
okay. Bill watched as Delilah's jet sped off into the low cloud base and walked back to his car. He was already preoccupied. The business needed to replace Delilah as soon as possible. In fact, it was time to bring another driver and van on board. Business was expanding, and Bill knew what he had to do. He ideally needed 2 drivers, people like himself, people who were good with people. No, not people, clients. He put the problem to the back of his mind. Father had invited him to Sunday dinner. Ooh, and he didn't want to be late.
Oh, that's gonna be
Carmen
awkward.
Maria de Silva would be difficult if he was. Besides, she interested him. What was she doing being given the grand tour of the depot last week? What was her game? He'd use this dinner as an opportunity to find out and discuss driver recruitment with Father. It would be perfect, he thought, how to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Bill scrunched to a stop in his father's driveway. The front door was already open, and the 2 Labrador dogs bounded across the lawn, threatening to bowl over him. Steady, boys, steady, Bill shouted as they licked him all over. Okay.
No.
What was his attraction to dogs? And women, he wondered. Ooh.
I don't like that comparison.
I don't like that either. If he could find the secret recipe, he'd can it and make a fortune. Bill shut the front door behind him, remembering his not comparing dogs to bitches or women to dogs.
I was gonna say I was thinking he was gonna do a comparison and be like, they're both bitches, huh? Like being a fucking straight man. And
yeah. Oh fuck, it says Bill shut the door behind him, remembering his recent ordeal with a potential terrorist. That one had turned out great, but Bill had decided to become more security conscious. What if Delilah had been a real threat? He shook his head. He didn't dare think about it.
Oh, she would have been pissed if she knew he was thinking that. Like, a real threat? I'll show you a real threat, Bill.
I know. Bill's father was in the kitchen, finishing off the roast potatoes. Bill took a second look. He couldn't believe it. His staid, completely traditional father was sporting a half-open Hawaiian shirt, multicolored shorts, and a New York Yankees baseball cap. Bill didn't say anything. Thanks for being on time, Bill. Don't think I could have kept the veg crispy any longer.
Veg?
Yeah. Veg crispy.
His dad has reached the final stage of dad evolution. I started pulling a you where you like stutter.
Bill noted the comment, crispy veg, and that was new. Normally Bill's father's veg was just veg. No extra description was needed. No problem, father. We need to have a quick business talk. It's about recruitment. Bill's father glanced up. Problems? Yes, father. Problems, but it's really an opportunity. Bill, it's so nice to see you again. How is he not gonna fucking know it was her? She always calls him Belle.
I'm like, girl, and also Carmen's a nasty bitch, because I listened to the other podcast that we did today,
Yeah.
and I clocked some shit that I didn't the first time. So Carmen Maria, why is that guy looking like he's gonna come over here and get us? Sorry, there's like we're on a college campus, and this fucking dude is walking towards it.
I locked the car
He has a
doors.
Gatorade, he's gonna pour it on our dicks.
Okay, listen. I hope that during this dinner he's gonna realize that he slept with if he does not, he's obviously a fucking idiot, but he's literally even more stupid than I thought.
Is awful.
Because she always says his name like Belle. She always says it like that.
He's kind of not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like Carmen because she like knew it was Bill, like her boyfriend's son,
yeah.
and she still fucked him.
Well, I think she wanted to. I think when she first met him, she was like, he's hot. And she was wondering why she had ended up with the old one. Something
God.
Okay. Belle, it's nice to see you again. Carmen Maria de Silva waltzed into the kitchen, gin and tonic in hand. Bill's memory tugged at him. He knew that voice, but he couldn't place it. Miss de Silva, Bill blurted out. A pleasure indeed. Don't be silly, Belle. Call me Carmen Maria. Why, we're all adults here. Isn't that so... Harold? Isn't that so, Harold? Sorry, his name's Harold. Anyway, Carmen put her index finger into her mouth and rubbed it around her lips. All the time staring intensely at Belle. Bill made a mental note to ask Doc Stowe what piece of body language meant. If anything, perhaps she just got gum trouble. It did happen to people of her age. That fact she learned from his clients. Not him being like, oh, she's fucking old.
She has gum trouble. No, Bill.
No, Bill. She has,
She has hepatitis C. I don't even know what that is. It just felt like
It felt
like a fun buzzword.
I know there's like A, B, and C. I don't really know what the difference is between all of them.
She has rheumatoid arthritis. I'm trying to think of those like buzzwords.
She has fucking mouth cancer. That's what she has.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of those buzzword sicknesses that you see on TV commercials. Like rheumatoid arthritis.
I'm thinking of
Pneumococcal pneumonia is what it was.
No, I'm thinking of that thing from Brandon Ron.
Which one?
Remember the commercial? Anusol. Remember? Okay, never mind. I'll just move on then.
Melon, no ma'am.
Melon, no ma'am. I'll explain it to you later.
Okay.
Of course we are, darling. Fuck. Okay, sorry. Bill's father put his arm around Carmen Maria's minute waist. Okay. And gave her a quick hug. Let's eat. Everything is ready. Bill, you serve and I'll get the food to the table. Carmen Maria de Silva watched entrance as the two badgers got to work. Within seconds, they were all sitting down to Sunday evening dinner. I feel like I have a weird sense that she's going to be under the table because she likes them both.
She's going to be like touching herself. I had to tell the audience what you did, because like touching yourself because they couldn't see you, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Fantastic, father, said Bill, relishing the baby carrots, side of beef, and delicious gravy. Those new stockings are out of this world. I'm delivering more and more of them each day. I know, son. That's why we're increasing stock levels and bringing on more of their complimentary products. As I keep saying, once you find a winner, stick with it. Harold rubbed Carmen Maria's knee appreciatively.
Oh, he's rubbing her knee nipple.
Her protruding kneecap. Speaking about winners, Bill replied as he chomped away at his beef, we need to find a couple more. Can I speak freely? He nodded his head towards Carmen Maria and waited for his father's reply. Absolutely, son. Apart from your dear mother, Carmen Maria here is one of the few women whom I've ever met truly interested in our business. Why, I had the honor of just this week of taking her around the Chelsea depot entirely at her insistence. Harold smiled longingly at Carmen Maria, who promptly flashed her white teeth at him, and adjusted her extremely tight brassiere. Bill watched his father roll his eyes and thought, okay, we're fucked. Bill took another mouthful of beef, potato, and carrot and formed his argument. Delilah has resigned and we need to replace her, but we're so busy, I think we need to bring on another van and driver. That simple, huh? Replied his father. Bell's right, Harold. I saw it from my own eyes. Your people are stressed. Too much work. In Brazil, they'd be drinking much more cachaça? Cachaça?
Where is it?
Cachaça.
Where the hell that is?
Carmen Maria smiled at Harold and then turned to Bill. So, Bill, you need two people, one truck, yes? Am I right? Bill looked at his father, who nodded for him to reply.
I feel like Carmen Maria is going to say, sit your fucking ass down, meow, and eat my pussy.
Yes, Carmen Maria, two people, one truck. Oh,
not the comparison to Girl
I imagine that was like totally unintentional, but
and we're just fucking nasty bitches.
Harold, it is simple. Can you afford to buy another truck for Belle? Yes or no? Harold Badger took another slice of beef from the serving dish and answered, yes, Carmen, I can afford to buy another truck. We call them vans, but they do the same job. Bill smiled. He knew getting his father to spend money was the tough part, and this woman had done it in virtually an instant. Now, he really knew they were totally fucked. Not a little fucked, but a very, very big fucked. Carmen Maria continued. She had something to say, Bill thought, and another thing, she wasn't eating much food. It was as if she was feeding on the conversation, the moment where a major decision was being taken. Was that her sustenance? He idly wondered if her gums were troubling her so much that she couldn't physically eat beef because of the sheer pain. Oh my god, she fucking poisoned them. She's gonna take the fucking
You
business.
think? She poisoned them?
Well, wouldn't that be kind of weird? Or, well, I guess, did his father cook it?
Yeah, I think his father cooked it.
Never mind then. Oh, I was just saying, it'd be kind of weird if she was the only one that wasn't eating, right?
It'd be funny if the father poisoned his son and Carmen. They're like, I know you filthy hogs, slags.
I was just saying, that would be a really good twist if she, like, poisoned the fucking food. Anyway.
Yeah.
Harold, Bell, I have to answer to your conundrum. Bill waited with bated breath. He needed to find out what a conundrum was, never mind Carmen Maria's solution to the problem of having two vans and no drivers. Harold, I have told you of Ashinara and Caesar, my delightful twins. They have just finished university in Sao Paulo, so they have a free 6 months of holiday. They will come and feed into your driver's jobs. It is so perfect I will cry. How fucking old is this bitch again?
Like, I feel like she's like Carmen, like 45, I think.
Oh, I was like, 'cause she has like 2 kids apparently.
Yeah.
Carmen Maria took her napkin and sobbed gently into it. Bill rolled his eyes, said good evening, and left his father. Harold Badger comforting his new lover, Carmen Maria de Silva. It was 7:30 by the time Bill got back to his flat at the Chelsea depot.
I like completely zoned out. Why the fuck is Carmen crying again?
Because they're trying to make her 2 children that she has come and be the drivers they need for the company.
Oh.
Because she said they have 6 months of freedom, basically, of holiday. So she said they can come and fill in those positions until they find someone else, basically. Mm-hmm. And she's thinking about, I guess, like a family kind of thing going on.
I dread to think about what their names are. I feel like it'd be very stereotypical.
Oh, it's Asinara and Caesar. That's probably not how you say that.
A little less... Asinara? The way that's fucking spelled. At least it's not, like, super stereotypical.
Maybe it's Asinara.
Asinara.
I don't know.
Either way, there's ass in it.
Yeah, okay. Like, I hate to say it. If it's pronounced a different way, then anyone be my guest. But, like, that's
Assinara.
But that's literally, like, how it's spelled. Okay. It was 7:30 by the time Bill got back to his flat at the Chelsea depot. His mind was in turmoil. He just witnessed firsthand the complete surrender of his father to an extremely dubious gold digger. Damn, Bill.
Fuck her shit.
Damn, Bill. Her voice still... I don't want to say that word at his memory.
Where is it?
I don't want to say that word.
What the fuck does that even mean?
I don't want to say that.
We're basically just says his voice still, like, kind of, like, bothered him.
Yeah.
It's like a weird... It's like a British word that...
I don't want to say it.
It just sounds really bad.
Yeah, I don't want to say it. He was sure he knew it. It's probably not a bad word to...
Sorry, there's a dog flopping a frisbee.
Aw, anyway...
it's probably not a bad word, it just sounds really bad. It sounds like the N-word.
Yeah, it does. He was sure he knew it, and it was the way she pronounced his name. Bell. But Bill was restless. He needed to talk to someone he could trust. Perhaps some of the gang would be in the Crooked Man having the last few drinks before the weekend was over. Perhaps he'd stumble across Beatrice. The Crooked Man was very busy. It seemed everyone had decided to skip the telly and get out for a pint. Bill looked around for any of his workmates, but drew a blank. As he'd already eaten, he decided to sit at the bar and enjoy the buzz. It wasn't too long before Janice spotted him. "Hi, Bill. Where's that Aussie bird you were with a couple of nights ago?" Janice asked as she fingered her still tender nose. Okay.
I don't like that. Warning.
Fingered her still tender nose.
Fingered her fucking boogers.
I'm imagining she has a really big fucking nose. Like a really big
Squidward nose.
like a really big nose.
Just big nostrils.
She's just fucking getting in there.
She's like full on, this is what she does. Maddie, look. She's like,
you
licks the two fingers.
Okay. Sorry. "Gone off to Paris, resigned her job and everything, left us right in a pickle," Bill replied, meaning much more than he'd said after the dinner conversation with his father and Carmen Maria. Oh, last page. Janice perked up at the news that Delilah had left the UK's shores. Wow, sorry to hear that. She seemed a bit of a handful. "More than you'll ever know, Janice," Bill replied, smiling. Ew.
Don't compare me. I love how I'm turning into Janice. Don't compare me to Delilah, Bill.
"Thanks for fixing that tire the other day, Bill, but I've got a broken light bulb in my bathroom that needs sorting. Have a drink on me, and I've got a break in 10 minutes so we could go pop up and see what's up." "Kentish Al pint of Janice," Bill smiled. I don't fucking know what that. Anyway.
What the hell?
Janice was more than true to her word. 10 minutes later, saw her stripping off in her lounge as Bill investigated her bathroom light. "Have you got a new bulb, Janice?" "Oh, fuck, is it in her bag?"
Oh.
He asked. "Sure, I'll bring one through," she replied as she threw her bra and panties onto the sofa.
That's what I always do when I get my light bulb changed. I throw my bra and panties on the sofa. I thought it said patties in the text. Bra and panties.
The naked Janice passed the bulb up to Bill. She watched as Bill Badger's cock slowly responded to her resplendent breast and rapidly extending nipples. Not the extending
Plot twist,
nipples.
light bulbs turn him on.
Not the extending nipple.
I can't handle that.
She half turned and shook her to die for ass at him. What? She half turned and shook her to die for ass at him. "Okay, that's fixed," Bill breathed out, wondering what was going to happen next. Oh, fuck, Bill. You fucking stupid. Anyway, as Bill stood on the step ladder, Janice slowly took off his clothes and tossed them into the tub. "Come here, lover boy," she murmured. "Now fuck me, just fuck me." And that's the ending of this chapter.
Are you serious? That's how it ends.
I'm
fuck
not
me.
I'm not fucking kidding. That's the end of this chapter. So, what did we think about that chapter? And what do you think is going to happen in the last chapter? Now that
I think Bill is going to have one final fuck before the book ends. And also, that chapter was very boring. Nothing happened. Literally just like, oh, Carmen.
I have a inkling, hopefully, in the last chapter it'll get revealed that Carmen Maria was like he's going to remember who she was.
Yeah.
And then maybe he'll like have a bunch of torment. Turmoil.
I always love how, like, Rocky always says his mind was in turmoil. That always takes me out for no reason.
Okay, so the next chapter is called...
final chapter.
Yeah, the final chapter, guys. Chapter 15, Treatment.
Oh, he may be going to Dr. Stud again.
Well, I mean, I guess he doesn't necessarily have to end this book, like, on, like, a good thing, because he is making the second one, as we know. So
yeah.
Basically, this one could just be kind of a cutoff, basically.
One thing, because I'm reading his other series in my own time, don't judge me. He has a series called Belinda Blinked, which we actually read a little bit of on the first episode. I read that series, and he will end books literally with like someone blinking, and then the next book will start a second later. Like, it's like no time has passed. So who knows how this one will end. I really hope we get book 2 soon, though.
Yeah, he did say that recently it was going to come out soon.
Yeah.
So when we do get the chance, we're going to read that.
Yeah. In the meantime, though, we'll probably be reading additional, like, weird ass books. Like, we have one in mind. We're not gonna say what it is yet, but we have one in mind that we want to read, because
I like that these books really aren't that serious. They're just not hilarious.
I love it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Tune in next time to listen to the final episode of Bill Badger.
Bye, guys.
Bye.